What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And it's not every day that I get information from my top sources that are the same but different. And this is interesting because they both could be correct. It just guess it matters which one comes to market, right? Roll the intro. So welcome on back to TK's Garage. We talked about the Challengers, right? And I showed the videos of those, or the photos. I didn't show you the videos. I showed you photos of Demon 170s on the street in Detroit, which, interesting enough, also had USA VIN numbers, which means they were probably put together at CTC. That's my guess. I don't know where they built them, but they don't have Canadian VIN numbers. So without a Canadian VIN and it's a USA VIN, it's like, okay, what is going on here? And there was sources that are saying the same way we saw the 4th generation Ram stick around. Now, let me finish this and I'll explain why I even want to refute my own thing. But so the same way that the 4th generation Ram stuck around and they made that the Ram Classic, which ran at Warren Assembly, right? They were talking about keeping the Challenger and calling it the Challenger Classic. And I'll tell you what, and now I know why they're talking about Challenger Classic, why I think both could be correct. They're also talking about using the Challenger nameplate on the Dodge Charger Daytona, or whatever they're going to call it. Maybe it's the Dodge Challenger. It's a Charger with slightly different nose, which is easy for them to do, slightly different front end. Same tail end, built on the STLA large platform, but has the largest engine of the Charger group, which could make sense knowing that, we're trying to figure out why there's 300 and something 426 engines at Windsor Assembly where they build, that's right, the Charger. Could this be the Challenger edition of this car? Now, both could be correct. And the reason why I think both could be correct is the Challenger Classic. The Challenger Classic, yes, I know they shut down Brampton, but it wouldn't be hard for them to tool to build that car. The only issue I think that comes in there is where Tim Kuniskis said that that platform, the L cars, were done, right? They weren't making them anymore. So there could be some legal liability there. But could they build an old-looking Challenger, and I mean 2008 to 2023 Challenger, and put it on the STLA large platform? I don't know that. That is the question. So, and I posed that to my sources, but they said yes, they're considering, it's a thing that's actually in discussion, to keep the Charger as the Charger Classic, the same way they did with the 4th generation Ram, but at the same time have a Charger Classic, Challenger Classic, but at the same time having a Challenger Edition on the STLA large platform, the electric Charger you see now. Both could be true. Both 100% could be legitimate and true. I kind of believe, so here's the thing. There was a ton of smoke around Challenger Classic, right? Having these mules which serve no purpose. They're not like executive cars for them to run around or whatever. They're all debadged. There's no badges on them. There's tape and stuff on the interior of the car to cover whatever badges or any kind of identifying marks in the vehicle. They're not doing that for a vehicle that's already released and doesn't even get made anymore. Okay. They don't do that. And again, last I checked, I don't think they built any Challengers here. So they have United States VINs, not Canadian, because my Challenger was built at Brampton. I know that. I can track where my Challengers were built, and they were built at Brampton. They weren't built here. So I leave the question to you. Which one do you think is more likely, or are both likely? I think the Challenger Classic thing has legs only because so many people in Detroit are sending me DMs and messages every day, on top of what the board members have said to me multiple times about the Challenger Classic. So could they keep it? Could they revive that car, but put it on the STLA large platform? Maybe. Maybe that keeps them from getting sued by the Demon 170 owners. I just don't know. I got to be honest. I honestly don't know this one here, because I've got information that's come from the very, very, very top and like mid-level talking about the Challenger Classic. And now I got information coming from the very, 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 very top talking about a Challenger edition that would basically be a slightly different Charger. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.